everybody, it's Michelle and welcome back to the Royal Daily Tea. So today they finally dropped the second and final part of season 6 of The Crown. So I'm going to binge watch it this weekend and I'll come out with my final review of The Crown on my other YouTube channel, Royal Daily Tea History and Fashion. That should be coming out next week. But you guys, we have a lot of juicy royal tea to get through today, so you know what to do. Sit back and relax, grab yourself a beverage, and let's get into the Royal Daily Tea. And we have some more royal family Christmas cards to share with you, and even one from the Princess Royal, Princess Anne and her husband, Sir Timothy Lawrence. One of my most favorite couples. They are like the quiet magic of the royal family behind the scenes. They don't get a lot of press, but they are definitely keeping it moving. And today is their 31st wedding anniversary, so happy anniversary to the lovely couple. Now in their 2023 Christmas card, you see the couple sitting in front of a fireplace, and Princess Anne looks regal and stylish as always. She is just a classy lady. She's wearing a white jacket with a little bit of a navy trim, and of course, Sir Lawrence, always looking dapper, is donning a suit. Then we have the Spanish royal family also released their official 2023 Christmas card, and they used Princess Leonore's 18th birthday, which was a huge milestone, as their portrait. Now, of course, on this day is the day that she swore in to Congress and is now officially the regent to the throne. Again, they are such a beautiful family, and I'm so excited to watch Princess Leonore grow up into a woman and a future queen. Now, the Belgium royal family also released their official 2023 photograph with King Philippe and Queen Matilda. They marked a milestone in July, celebrating the 10th year of their reign. The family snap appears to have been taken outside of the royal palace of Brussels, where Queen Matilda stands out in a bold red dress. She really is a beautiful woman. We don't talk about this royal family enough, but she is absolutely stunning. Now, I absolutely love this entire family. You also have her children, Prince Gabriel and Prince Emmanuel, along with the Belgian heir, Princess Elizabeth, and her younger sister, Princess Eleanor. Now, again, all of these are beautiful photographs, but my favorite Christmas card still has to go to the Monaco royals. They are like the only royal families that really put an effort into making it a Christmas photograph. Again, I love the glamour. They do it every year. I don't know, am I wrong? But there's just something about an actual Christmas photo on your Christmas card. Let me know so far which one is your favorite. Leave me your comments, guys, down below. So Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, the Duke and Duchess of Delusion themselves, really believe, according to a new story that came out, that the royal family is behind a massive vendetta that is stopping and blocking poor little Prince Harry and Meghan Markle from landing huge brand deals. Now, we know the royal family is pretty powerful and they do have hands that can reach really far. But do you really believe that the royal family cares if Meghan Markle becomes the face of Dior, or if Harry gets a beer commercial or lands a TV show? They don't. They really do not care, because Harry and Meghan have done so much damage to the royal family that getting a brand deal, it's not going to do anything worse. They're not trying to block Harry and Meghan from making moolah out there on their own. As a matter of fact, I personally believe that the royal family at this point wants them to be happy, wants them to be successful in Hollywood, so they will stay the hell out the UK and away from the royal family. They don't want them back. They're like, good luck and good riddance to ya. Go make it out in Hollywood. Go make another Netflix show. We don't care anymore. They've already done so much damage by calling them, quote, racist. You know, sitting down on the Oprah Winfrey interview was one of the most damaging things that Harry and Meghan could ever do to the royal family. Then they doubled down with Spare and the Netflix documentary, and now with their unalleged cooperation in Endgame. At this point, if they came out with a brand deal to be the face of Dior or a commercial for a food company, I don't think the royal family would care. As a matter of fact, they probably would prefer that. So it would keep Harry and Meghan from talking about the royals, from spreading more gossip, and for heaven's sakes, trying to come back to the UK. In my opinion, there's a lot of information out there. There's a lot of hints that proves Harry wants to come back to the UK. I don't believe Harry is happy in the UK. That is why he has 2 lawsuits against the Home Office for security, because he wants to come back with his family. And they're like, look, we're going to get rid of Frogmore. There's nothing here for you, son. Stay in America, become a reality star. We wish you well. Get a commercial, get a brand deal, but don't come back. There's nothing for you. You're not going to be a working royal. We don't want you part-time. We don't even want you living here, so we're taking away Frogmore. Stay in Montecito. But Harry's trying to come back. He's miserable. He doesn't have any friends. He wants to bring his children there to be part of his upbringing and his heritage. He still wants to be a royal. He just doesn't want to do the royal protocol. He doesn't want to do the royal work, but he still likes being a prince. I mean, let's be real here. Being a prince of the realm is a pretty good gig. You don't got to do any work, and you get all of these wonderful perks. But again, Meghan Markle and Prince Harry are their worst enemy, and they actually believe that everything bad that's happening to them is because the royal family is trying to block them from being successful. It's like, have you looked in the mirror? Have you seen the toxicity that you are putting out to the universe? The only people they have to blame is themselves, because nobody wants to be on that toxic train of Harry and Meghan. Now, there are a couple of funny instances where Meghan Markle and Harry were really working hard to become ambassadors for Dior, but Dior slammed them with Queen Camilla wearing Dior when she had her state visit in France. And most recently, the young lady who was playing the part of Kate Middleton in The Crown is now the actual new face of Dior. Talk about a slap in the face, huh, Meghan? All those weeks and months of you schlepping around with Dior for free, and you didn't get a paycheck. But again, Harry and Meghan are their own worst enemies. They believe that the royal family is sabotaging them. I don't think so. Like I said, I think the royal family wants them to be successful, so they will stay away from trying to come back to the royal family. Now, in my personal opinion, I believe the royal family has closed that door. That King Charles had that door, open, but after this most recent fiasco of Endgame, how in the world can you come back from that? It went from worse to even worse. And I believe at this point, even King Charles' advisors are like, you got to cut it off, sir. You got to cut it off. You can love him from afar, but he has to separate being a father and a king. He keeps, coddling poor little Prince Harry. They keep acting like he's a little baby, like he's a little child. He's almost a 40-year-old man, and he's doing a lot of damage to the monarchy. rumor on the street is that, there was the Father's Day call or the birthday call, I think it was, and there was another one scheduled. Well, that has been completely kaput, that Harry's reaching out to his family and he's not getting any answers, because at this point, any chance of a reconciliation has been 100% ended with Endgame. So what do you guys think about Harry and Meghan believing that the royal family is behind their failures? Leave me your comments, guys, down below. Now, we all know that Omid Scobie has dragged every single member in the royal family through the mud, and Countess Sophie was no exception. He said some pretty awful things about Sophie. But what Meghan Markle and Omid Scobie did is they made a mistake in underestimating Sophie, the Duchess of Edinburgh. Because let me tell you something about Sophie. She's scrappy. She might be beautiful and serene and regal and elegant and plays the part of a duchess very well. She has been married into that family for 20 plus years. But she is a mama bear. She had become extremely close to Queen Elizabeth and her husband, Prince Philip. She's also very protective of her children and her husband. Something tells me you go for those people, honey, she can be taking off those earrings and she's going to throw a punch. Meghan Markle, when she's done with you, sis, you're going to be crying a lot more out your left eye, more than you ever have before, because Sophie don't play. Okay? Honey, she would wipe the floor with your face. So just be happy your butt is sitting in California, because I don't think Sophie going to mess with you, sis, and when she does, it ain't going to be pretty. Okay? Sophie, honey, will take the earrings off when it comes to her family. And so will Kate. Y'all saw the look Kate gave Meghan when they all did that walkabout at the Queen's funeral. See, someone like Meghan Markle knows she's a liar. She knows she's a narcissist. She knows she's a liar. So when she has to face people, she gets very meek. Oh, it's just Meghan. I'm a little church mouse. I didn't say those things. I didn't mean to. I'm Ariel. I don't have a voice. I'm a victim. I didn't say those horrible things that came out of my mouth on national television. I don't know what happened. Oh, it was the editing. Honey, Kate saw and heard what you said. Sophie saw and heard what you said. You think them pairing her with Sophie was a mistake? Oh, no, it wasn't. Honey, they knew if they paired her with Sophie, she wasn't going to act a mess, because Sophie was going to wipe the floor with Meghan Markle. Meghan Markle was like, Sophie, hi. Sophie's like, bitch, don't look at me. You look straight, you keep your mouth shut, you curtsy when you have to curtsy, and that's all I want to hear from you. You want to cry out your left eye, but do it quietly, because nobody wants to see or hear your face. And little Meghan, she was a little perfect girl at that funeral walking behind Sophie, because Sophie don't play. That is why they paired Sophie with Meghan, because she's scared of Sophie. If y'all remember the last royal engagement where she looked like the green jolly giant in that stupid getup, and she had to walk out and she literally jumped over seats to bypass Sophie. She was afraid of Sophie. When she was looking at Sophie and then Sophie looked at her, she quickly looked away. Meghan knows that she is a piece of crap, okay? She knows what she did. She is a coward. A typical narcissist. She is actually a coward if you call her out. And Sophie was like, you looking at me? You looking at me? You got something to say? Say it. Come on, say it, biatch. Let's go. And she had nothing to say. So the fact that a story came out, wringing Sophie through the mud, nobody expects her to bite back or to fight back, because she's a royal, never complain, never explain. Well, Sophie, through her friends, is kind of speaking out about what little Omid Scobie had to say about her. And what he said about her was really nasty. So friends of Sophie, the Duchess of Edinburgh, have lashed out at Omid Scobie's portrayal of her in his new book, Endgame. The royal is reportedly furious at her depiction in the book, which claims she did little to support Meghan Markle when she was struggling to adjust to life as a member of the royal family. Again, Meghan Markle and Prince Harry think the entire world revolves around Meghan Markle. And it is said that Sophie actually reached out to her and invited her over to tea at her house at Bagshot Park and offered assistance. The problem is people like Meghan Markle think they know everything and they don't take advice from anybody. Now, the author also accuses Sophie of being casually bigoted and claims she ignored Meghan outside Westminster Abbey at the late Queen Elizabeth II's funeral, as did Princess Kate and Queen Camilla. Well, duh. I mean, did you see what Meghan Markle did to the family? Did you see the way she treated the late Queen? What did you expect them to do? Embrace her like she's part of the family? This is a woman that has been nothing but a pain in the arse and has caused so much pain and division in the family. So no, they're not going to embrace Meghan Markle. She doesn't deserve it. Friends of Sophie have said it is blatantly untrue that she did little to help Meghan settle in and pointed out that she actually went out of her way to make friends with the Duchess of Sussex months after her wedding to Prince Harry. And then again, they brought up the fact that she invited her to her home. They had tea. They had a lovely time. They talked for hours. And that was the last time that she talked to Meghan. Meghan never returned the favor. She never invited Sophie over to her house for tea, never really thanked her. So here Sophie is thinking she went out of her way. She made her feel welcome. We're friends. And then nada. Gets a stab in the back. Seems typical. Remember, the Queen offered her all these people and Meghan turned and says, nah, I got Harry. I don't need your help. I'm good. Yeah, Meghan Markle, Rachel from Suits, she knows everything. Now in Endgame, Mr. Scobie discusses Sophie's Telegraph interview where she was asked about her reaction to Harry and Meghan's sit-down interview with Oprah Winfrey, where the pair revealed that the member of the royal household had discussed, we all know, the skin color fiasco. Now, Sophie said, you know, if you're not into chat shows, there's no reason why you should know who she is, meaning Oprah, certainly not in this country anyway. Now, according to Omid Scobie, he says whether or not it's a joke, which we all know it was, the comments about the world's most successful Black woman and one of the biggest faces in entertainment made them seem stuffy or tenured at best and casually bigoted at worst. So because Sophie didn't bow down to Oprah, who did the world's worst journalistic interview of Harry and Meghan with no research, just took what they said as fact, which is pretty embarrassing if you're the most successful talk show host. Honey, Google is free. Pretty embarrassing of all the discrepancies of that interview. So bad is that interview that you cannot find it on her website. Yeah, but yet we're going to stand behind that as a journalistic integrity moment from the world's most popular Black TV host. Honey, I don't think Oprah is proud of that interview. Just saying. So to call someone bigoted because she made a joke about, oh, that show, if you're not into talk shows, I'm not watching it. Okay, what else was she going to say? Remember, the royals have the never complain, never explain. It's not like she could really get into details about what was said in this horrible interview where these two shysters threw rocks and tore down the entire royal institution. So her saying, Well, I mean, I don't even know. I don't watch the show. I don't know anything about it. If you're into chat shows, but surely, in my country, we don't really watch it. That was her way of making a lighthearted joke and deflecting from them basically asking her a question about stuff that she cannot publicly comment on. So the fact he took that as saying she's a bigot is a horrible thing to say with no facts. So because she made a joke about knowing who Oprah was, you're going to go all the way over here and accuse her of being something horrible in print. Again, Omid Scobie, you are not a journalist, and Oprah Winfrey, you should be embarrassed that you sat there with a straight face and took everything that Prince Harry and Meghan Markle said with no factual research or backup of information. That was really, really bad journalism. So I like the fact that Sophie's sources are coming out and defending her, because we all know she cannot defend herself. And again, Omid Scobie really should be ashamed of himself for these horrible things that he is flinging with no real evidence at the royal family. Well, guys, thank you so much for stopping by my channel. I really do appreciate each and every one of you. And if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, I hope you will consider subscribing, as I'm trying to get to 30,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So if you would be so kind as to subscribe and hit that notification bell. As always, thank you for being here, and I hope to see y'all in the next video. Bye, guys.